Okay, today we're going to look at adding sound to your website. This is not something that everybody should do. In some cases, it makes a lot of sense to put some sound, have some background ambiance or some looped audio or single hit audio. All of that we're going to cover in this tutorial. But in many cases, it doesn't make any sense to put sound on your website. So use your best judgment. And what I use to determine this is whether the website leans more toward a strictly business serious business sort of website, or whether it's got a kind of more of an entertainment aspect to it. So for a campground, it would make a lot of sense to add some audio, or it would make a lot of sense for something like a DJ website or something like that. So it really just depends on the nature of the site you're building, and of course every site owner should be the judge on that. But this video will cover how to actually do that. So let's go ahead and dive down into our website. This is our tutorials website that we've been building for the tutorials. And we're going to go into the welcome page. And every site in SiteSkins, every page type can actually have audio added to it. So where you do it is over on the left-hand side over here. We have add music or sound. And SiteSkins basically has 5 kinds of audio. Okay, so the 5 kinds are sound effects, background ambiance, looped music, what we call bumpers and stingers, which are, well, we'll go into each of these in a minute, and full-length songs. So what we're going to do is take a look at each of the kinds, and I'm going to click on Add Music or Sound, and this brings up the Site Clips window, the SiteSkins Site Clips window. And this is actually a fairly unique feature to SiteSkins. We actually went through and have done many different field recordings, as well as actually made agreements with independent musicians who have agreed to let their music be placed in here. So we're very, very thankful for the independent artists who have allowed their work to be in here, and we've tried to give them credit within our system here. So the first ones we call atmospherics, or just background ambiance, and they range from sort of, you can hear a sound of being at the lake, or we have gentle waves with birds, for example, which has kind of the sound of the waves lapping on the shore with some seagulls. And really, there's quite a lot here. We have different kinds of rain, for those who want that. And this, if you had a website with poetry or something like that, it might be really useful to add some of these sort of romantic sound effects. The beach ones are great if you've got a beach rental property or something like that. So there's really a lot you can do here. We also have things like crickets, which are great for campgrounds. It really evokes the feeling of going camping. So again, there's a lot you can do here, and you can always try it out on your page, and then you can remove it later if you don't like it. So there's really nothing to worry about there. Also, in the ambient sound effects, we have things like wind chimes. And we have even background restaurant noise, which can be useful as well. So these sounds can really set a vibe. We've also got a couple sports sounds here, and we have a baseball hit, and the crowd getting excited and so forth. Okay, the next thing we have are intro sounds, which we call bumpers and stingers. And these basically are when you want just a short little quick hit when you enter a page. The sound is there, it's interesting or exciting, and then it goes away, and the visitor isn't left having to listen to something that repeats over and over. These can be very, very useful, and they can kind of set a mood for a web page. Okay, they're just something that starts out at the beginning. And you might choose to put something like this in the the beginning of a website, and then just on the home page, and not do it on the internal pages. Or you might set something different for each page. You certainly can do either one. We got some that are very reflective. And here's one called Reflective, actually. So those can be very useful. Okay. And the nice thing about those is that they don't get, they don't get old, and they're not kind of annoying you while you're trying to read the website and so forth. So here we have music loops. These are simply exactly as it sounds. They're just music bits that have been looped, and they loop seamlessly, so you don't hear some, jarring effect. And we have these categorized under ethnic and world beat, rockabilly, hip hop, breakbeats, new age, pop and soul, blues, on and on. So basically you just pick whatever works for you. Let's get a flair for what some of this might sound like. Okay. Or for example, and again, this is just going to keep looping. Okay, so you can really change the overall feeling of a website based on what you do here. Okay, there's quite a lot you can do. We also have some acoustic style. Let me see here. So some of these can really set a nice mood if you have, for example, a photo slideshow that you want to play. These can really give you a nice background mood for the slideshow. Okay, we also have seasonal and holiday music. So we have songs like Joy to the World, Silent Night. So these can be used to set the right tone as well during Christmas time. Okay, so there's really a lot you can do here. Okay, so let's go ahead, and we do have a lot of looped music. Let's go ahead and get into sound effects. We have just individual sounds. We've had sports teams that have used the tiger growl. Also, we've had teams use the cougar. We've got different tigers. We've got hawks, lions. So a lot of times these sounds have been used, and we'll be adding more to this too. We're also going to add some like thunder cracks and things like that as well. We have Halloween music, or Halloween sound effects rather, and this is actually a looped, very long looping sound effect bed, which is really perfect for Halloween. Okay, so a little fun there. Okay, then we have complete music, full-length songs, which can be used to, if you don't want to bore the audience, but you do want a background music that goes for quite a long time. And so these are much harder to get the licensing for. So a lot of what we have is, material that we were able to get, as copyright-free, royalty-free music that's available. So we do have some very old vintage music, which is from the 40s. It could work in some purposes. Okay, if the theme is right. And these do not loop, they're just the full entire song, and they stream, so they won't, be too much of a burden in terms of download. Okay, then we also have classical backgrounds, and these are also we were able to use because of the fact that they are in the public domain. And these are very nice backgrounds to use. Definitely would recommend these for a slideshow, especially if you want something with more of a formal feeling to it. We also have jazz and big band, and a few, couple alternative rock songs, and then we've got another full-length seasonal track. So that basically covers the 5 types of background audio you can add to a website. we're going to go ahead and stick with this one that I've got on here right now. I'm going to click Add Clip to my page. And as you can see, this now updates with the Site Clips audio enabled icon here, which can be, lets you know that you've got sound on that page, but it can be X'd out. You can actually close that out and no longer keep that. I'm going to go ahead and publish the website, and let's preview our background audio and have a listen. So it might be a little too calm for our tutorials website, I'm not sure. But it certainly does give a nice formal feel to the website. Okay, and as an example, let's go ahead and take one more quick look at how background audio can be used to great effect. Let's say we were working on a website that was for camping or campgrounds. Let's go ahead and close that. We're going to dive back into our audio, and let's go ahead and replace that audio with something that's more like, let's see here. We're going to go with something maybe like this, or maybe the field of crickets. Bullfrog Pond might be good. Okay, so let's go ahead and stick with this. And we're going to also go ahead and reskin the web page, and we're going to pick something that would fit more with camping. Okay, so I'm going to go reskin, and then let's switch this to, let's say, outdoors. Let's see what we get here. Okay, how about something like, I think, you know what, let's try this one here. Although in this case it might have been better to use something with the falls for the background sound, but let's go ahead and use this. So you can actually get the sense that you're, outside in nature. And of course, if we use the falls or crickets or something, it might have worked even better. But you get the idea that basically with the background sound, you really can build an ambiance which goes with the feeling or the mood of your website. So I hope you'll use it if it's appropriate for your website, and have fun with it. Like I say, you can always remove the sound. We're going to go into our website, and we're going to go ahead and remove the background sound. Show how to do that. You click on the X next to the Site Clips audio, and then you go ahead and just republish the website, and it will be removed off of there. Okay, so have fun with it, and that's how you add sound to a SiteSkins website. Thanks for watching.